The world of WWE thrives on chaos, loyalty, and power struggles, but nothing shakes its very foundation more than when blood turns against blood. What happens when the most dangerous enforcer in the bloodline decides to speak after a vicious assault that left one of his own family members battered and broken? When a man who rarely speaks finally opens his mouth, the entire WWE universe listens. That moment has come. Solo Sikoa, the silent storm of the bloodline, has finally broken his silence after the brutal attack on Jacob Fatu, and his message is nothing short of a declaration of war. His words don't just echo through the locker rooms of SmackDown, they signal a seismic shift in the balance of power within the legendary Anoa'i dynasty and the WWE as a whole. The wrestling world has been buzzing with speculation ever since the shocking ambush that left Jacob Fatu sprawled on the concrete floor backstage, barely conscious, his body broken, and his pride shattered. The attack was so sudden, so ruthless, that no one saw it coming. And for days afterward, the silence from the bloodline was deafening. Roman Reigns, the tribal chief himself, remained behind closed doors, his next move shrouded in secrecy. The Usos were nowhere to be found, having distanced themselves from the ongoing chaos surrounding the family's internal struggles. Fans wondered if the once unbreakable bloodline was finally fracturing beyond repair. Yet, amid the whispers and unanswered questions, there was one man whose response everyone was waiting for: Solo Sikoa. The enforcer. The quiet storm. The man who doesn't talk unless it's absolutely necessary, but when he does, it means something monumental is about to happen. And now, after weeks of waiting, the WWE Universe finally has its answer. Before the cameras rolled for SmackDown, WWE's official channels began teasing something big. A darkened locker room. A single chair illuminated under a harsh spotlight. The sound of heavy breathing. Then, slowly, Solo Sikoa stepped into view, his knuckles still wrapped in tape, remnants of his last fight. His expression was unreadable, cold, calm, but with a deadly intensity simmering beneath the surface. The entire WWE universe went silent as he finally spoke. "They touched family," Solo began, his voice low and steady, every word dripping with restrained rage. "They thought because Roman's out there building empires, because the Usos are out finding themselves, that the protection was gone." He paused, stepping closer to the camera until his glare filled the frame. "Let me be clear," he growled, each word hitting like a hammer. "I am the protection. I am the consequence. And at Survivor Series, I'm coming to collect." The moment those words left his mouth, it wasn't just a promo. It was a warning, a promise, and a battle cry rolled into one. Solo Sikoa had just made it clear that the bloodline's enemies weren't dealing with a fractured family. They were dealing with a soldier unleashed. His statement sent ripples throughout the WWE locker room and sent fans into a frenzy online. But beneath the fiery surface of his words lies a deeper, more personal struggle. The attack on Jacob Fatu wasn't just an act of violence, it was an assault on family honor. The Anoa'i bloodline has always operated under one rule: family comes first. When one is attacked, all respond. For decades, that code has defined their legacy, from the wild Samoans to the Usos, from Roman Reigns to Jacob Fatu. But now, with Roman's focus spread across managing his empire and his ongoing feud with Paul Heyman's Vision faction, and with the Usos walking their separate paths, that sacred code seems to have been tested like never before. Solo Sikoa's words were more than a threat. They were a statement of identity. In his mind, he's not just the enforcer of the bloodline, he is the bloodline. He sees himself as the last line of defense, the one who carries the family's honor on his back when everyone else is too distracted or too broken to act. And that's what makes his declaration at Survivor Series so significant. For Solo, this isn't about titles or glory. It's about vengeance. It's about blood. It's about restoring the respect that's been tarnished by betrayal and cowardly attacks. The image of Jacob Fatu being stretchered out of the arena still burns in his mind. The bloodline's enemies have struck at their core, and now, Solo has promised that there will be a reckoning. Behind the scenes, WWE insiders are already speculating about what Solo's declaration means for the internal dynamics of the Anoa'i family. Roman Reigns, the master strategist, has always ruled through control and psychological warfare. He builds alliances, manipulates outcomes, and ensures that everything happens according to his grand design. But Solo operates on a different level. He doesn't negotiate. He doesn't plan. He acts. He's the street-level enforcer who brings brutal consequences. That difference in approach could create serious tension as Survivor Series draws near. If Solo decides to act on his own terms, his warpath might interfere with Roman's carefully orchestrated campaign against Paul Heyman's Vision faction. It could either strengthen the Bloodline's position or tear it apart completely. There's also the question of whether Solo truly knows who's behind the attack on Jacob Fatu. The mystery remains unsolved. Some believe it was orchestrated by members of the Vision faction as a way to destabilize Roman Reigns' empire. Others whisper that the betrayal may have come from within the Bloodline itself. That possibility, though unthinkable, adds a dangerous layer to the entire situation. If Solo's wrath is misdirected, he might end up igniting an all-out civil war within his own family. But one thing is certain: Solo Sikoa is not waiting for permission. His words make that clear. He's stepping into Survivor Series as a man on a mission, guided by vengeance and loyalty. He's not fighting for titles or recognition. He's fighting for blood. In a business where words are often cheap and alliances shift like sand, Solo's quiet intensity stands out as something real and dangerous. Every movement, every glance, every phrase he utters carries the weight of generations of warriors before him. The Bloodline has always thrived on dominance, but this time, their greatest weapon might be their most unpredictable one. As the WWE Universe prepares for Survivor Series, the anticipation surrounding Solo's next move continues to grow. Will Roman Reigns step in to guide his enforcer, or will Solo's personal vendetta spiral into something even more destructive? How will the rest of the family react? And, most importantly, who will pay the price for touching the Bloodline? In the meantime, fans are being encouraged to stand with the Bloodline, to represent the legacy that has dominated WWE for years. From the new Roman Reigns October 1st sneakers to the bold Jiso for Life shirts and the fiery Jacob Fatu All Gas No Brains collection, the WWE Universe is being reminded that this isn't just a storyline, it's a movement. The merchandise campaign ties directly into the emotional pulse of the feud, turning this family war into something personal for the fans as well. Every item becomes a statement of loyalty, every design a symbol of strength and unity in the face of chaos. As the scene fades out from Solo's chilling promo, his final words linger like a curse. I am the protection. I am the consequence. Those words encapsulate the essence of who Solo Sikoa is, a man born into power but molded by violence. A man who doesn't seek approval.